Hiya, welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. In this live stream, I will be sharing my thoughts and predictions on the next Mortal Kombat game. But feel free, all of you lovely people, to join in on the discussion. And feel free to share your predictions of what the next Mortal Kombat game will be all about. So sit back, relax, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream. Now, YouTube is experiencing some technical difficulties at this moment in time, so this live stream may self-destruct at any particular moment in time. If that happens, apologies. I'll try and do another live stream another time. Hopefully we'll have no problems though. So in just a moment I'm going to be getting stuck into an online session in Mortal Kombat 11 while I proceed to share my thoughts and predictions on the next Mortal Kombat game. But I want to start off by first of all confirming that the next NetherRealm Studios game is going to be the next installment in the Mortal Kombat series. The owner of Warner Bros. Discovery, or was it Discovery Warner Bros., confirmed in a business shareholder thingy-majiggy meeting there a while back that, you know, Mortal Kombat 12 is real and it's coming this year. How much more confirmation do you need to get? And to add to that, about a week ago, Ed Boon and the entire NetherRealm Studios team uploaded a video on social media thanking the fans for their continued support. And you know what? Thank you, Ed Boon. Thank you, NetherRealm Studios, and thank you to everyone involved in the Mortal Kombat series, past, present, and in the future. Because all of you lovely guys have given me a lot of great memories over the years, and I look forward to more great Mortal Kombat memories. But in that video, at the end, Ed Boon, the legendary king of trolling, Ed Boon, said, "We're not done yet." And we got a teaser. And if he says we're not done yet, referring to 30 years of Mortal Kombat, I doubt very much he's talking about Injustice 3. I doubt very much he's talking about Marvel. Okay, it's Mortal Kombat. It was a video for Mortal Kombat, not any other fighting franchise. Yes? Okay, thank you. Because let's face it, NetherRealm Studios is not known for anything other than Mortal Kombat. There's 30 years of Mortal Kombat. There's what, a decade of Injustice? Come on, guys! Come on! Chunji Studio Home, are we really have to go back to Mortal Kombat 1 all over again? Interesting question, which I will answer very shortly. Thank you very much for your question, and thank you very much for dropping by Green Hill Gaming. You are very welcome to the live stream where I will be sharing my thoughts and predictions, this overall discussion on why is my stream still called. Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, I will be discussing my predictions and overall thoughts on the next Mortal Kombat game, and you are very, very welcome to join in on that discussion as well and share your predictions. But that's a very interesting question, which I will answer very, very, very shortly. But I hope you're doing well. Hope you're keeping well. Hope you're having a lovely day. And again, you're very welcome to the live stream. So yeah, so we got that teaser saying, Ed Boon saying we're not done yet when it comes to Mortal Kombat, and we saw what everyone, see, this is, I'm going to get very personal here, as in, like, I don't like to beat other people. I don't like to say what other people are saying. Everyone is saying it's an hourglass. What if it isn't an hourglass? So anyway, in this teaser we saw what appears to be an hourglass and what appears to be grains of sand coming out of it, and the last grain of sand explodes, and that's literally the teaser. Now, so let's just presume. So I'm going to start off by talking about that, okay? And I'm going to get stuck into an online match as well. So let's just presume that that is the case, that it is a hourglass and that they are grains of sand. Because nobody has confirmed that. From Ed Boon hasn't confirmed that. NetherRealm Studios haven't confirmed that. It's just people online have said this. So let's just presume that's the case. And so in that case then, we're going to start with my first prediction. What if all of those grains of sand represents many universes? And when that last grain of sand exploded, that represented the Big Bang, the creation of the universe. But again, what if that was just one universe? So what if in the next Mortal Kombat game, it's all about multiverses, and there's a ton of different Mortal Kombat universes, okay? And let's say there's a great threat, because every Mortal Kombat game has a great threat, has the main villain. Mortal Kombat 1, it was Shang Tsung. Mortal Kombat 2 and 3, it was Shao Kahn. 4, Shinnok, and so on and so forth. So what if we get to see the one being, okay, which is only referenced outside of the video game, as in like, well, it's referenced in the games, but we only see it in the animated movie. What if we get a threat like that, or something else, okay, that sees their universe as the one universe, and every other universe has to be destroyed, and they're set out to destroy all universes. So you come face to face with different versions of Scorpion, Liu Kang, Shao Kahn, Shang Tsung, so on and so forth in their universe, and they're either with you or against you. They either side with the one being or ultimate threat in wiping out all of the other universes to make their universe the one universe. Okay, so either you team up with them or you fight them. So imagine traveling through different Mortal Kombat universes, right? Where you might have a universe where Shang Tsung is a good guy, where Liu Kang is like an evil dictator, and just completely different environments, a completely different universe. Look at this guy sweep attacking me, you pussy. Okay, with me so far? The multiverses concept, yeah. So that's one of my predictions. Actually, to be fair, that's my only prediction. What am I saying? So a Mortal Kombat game that centers around multiverses, and you're traveling to and from different multiverses, completely different Mortal Kombat, like a completely different Earthrealm, Outworld, Netherrealm, okay? And in those universes, it's completely different. Like the combatants you know and love, completely and utterly different. Not little changes like we saw in Mortal Kombat Reboot 9 and you know, like 11, but like just bizarre changes. Okay? So what do you think so far? What do you think of that prediction? Let me know in the live stream, or let me know in the live chat below, or in the comment section below when this video gets uploaded onto YouTuberoonie. Oh, good move there, buddy. Okay. Not gonna lie, I'm kinda pissed off right now. I don't like to lose. Give me mercy, you leg sweeping bastard. Thank you. Oh, you bastard! You absolute bastard! No, good game. Good game. Sorry, where was I? Back to the discussion. Because that's. I don't feel so angry now.
Scorpion wins.
I don't feel so angry. I want to hug that teddy bear. Good game. Next match, please. So that's my prediction overall. It's my main prediction. Now, instead of making predictions, okay, instead of saying what could happen, what might happen, what should happen, instead of dissecting grains of salt, hourglasses, okay, let's talk about, like, facts. What do we know about the story of Mortal Kombat so far? What happened at the end of Mortal Kombat 11 after that, which is where the Mortal Kombat 11 story comes to an end? What do we know about that? Right? We know that Fire God Liu Kang, yes, that's what he's referred to now. Fire God Liu Kang, so I have to focus while you're talking and doing stream. Fire God Liu Kang is the new Keeper of Time, and he basically resets time, okay? And we see him going back in time. That's what Mortal Kombat likes to do a lot lately. To the Great Kung Lao. Now, anyone who knows anything about the lore of Mortal Kombat will know that the Great Kung Lao, like, existed like 500 years before the other Kung Lao. This is 500 years before, like, the events of modern Mortal Kombat. Okay, this is many, many years ago. This was the Great Kung Lao, you know, who lost to Goro. And that's where the Shaolin tournament of Mortal Kombat fell into the hands of Shang Tsung, and Shang Tsung was trying to destroy Art Realm and get sorry, I don't do mercies, just fatalities. That's where Shao Kahn tried to conquer Art Realm. Okay? So that's what we saw. That's actual fact. And, like, if you look at Mortal Kombat 9, okay, Mortal Kombat 11 picked up where Mortal Kombat 9 ended. Okay? Mortal Kombat 10. Mortal Kombat 11 then picked up where Mortal Kombat... Sorry, I'm getting confused. Mortal Kombat 10 picked up where 9 finished, and Mortal Kombat 11 picked up where 10 finished. So, if you look at what typically tends to happen in Mortal Kombat games when it comes to a story, they'll just pick up where the last game picked up. So, this is not a prediction, this is a discussion now. This is more than likely what will happen in the next Mortal Kombat game. And before I go further, this will be a good time to point out the latest teaser that we've got from Ed Boon and NetherRealm Studios, which is this clock, and it's like 12:15. But you know the big hand, the one that's always the second hand. Well, that's going around, but when it gets to 12, it skips 12 and goes straight to 1. Very symbolic stuff indeed. 2 seconds out. Very symbolic stuff indeed. Because it's like 12:15, so it's like 9 is connected to 12. And if you think back, also I think obviously those numbers represent like Mortal Kombat 9 being the first kind of reboot in the timeline we had, then 10, then 11. And we're all expecting 12, aren't we? Right? So it's like everything is connected to those 3 games, but instead of actually going to 12, going to the next number, it goes to 1. So it would be safe to say, actually, I should also point out as well that a very, very credible leaker, a guy that leaks PS Plus games every single month without fail, has come out and said that this next Mortal Kombat game will be called Mortal Kombat 1. So, yeah, he is going to be right, because he's always right. So I think Mortal Kombat 1 will be the title of the game, and it'll represent It'll represent, like, you know, not so much a remake of Mortal Kombat 1, but a reimagining of Mortal Kombat 1. Like, we're going to go back to the first Mortal Kombat tournament, and not the first Mortal Kombat tournament in Mortal Kombat 1, that came out in the 90s, but the literal first Mortal Kombat. And we get to see the Great Kung Lao, which we've never really seen in video games. We're seeing him in the TV series Mortal Kombat Conquest, which I actually love, but we've never seen him in the video games. So that's what I think that teaser represents, okay? So yeah, that's more than likely what's going to happen in the next Mortal Kombat game. We're going to see the story. Good game, by the way, good game. But I'm sorry, I don't do friendships and mercy, because I'm Shao Kahn, Emperor of Outworld. Fuck out of here, man. Get out of here. Yeah. Come back and play Fortnite, yeah. Get your saggy ass head out of here, yeah. I'm only joking, by the way. This is all joke. You know, just having fun. All that. Like, good game. So, God, I've missed this game. I have missed this game so much. So yeah, so like, more than likely, like, what's going to happen is the story is going to pick up where the last game ended. So we're going to see Fire God Liu Kang, new Keeper of Time. He's resetted the timeline. He's talking to the Great Kung Lao. He's preparing him for the next, like, he's preparing him for a Mortal Kombat tournament. That's what we're going to see. We're going to see that timeline. We're going to see an ancient timeline, and it's really it could even operate as like an origin story as well, because it really, like, the Great Kung Lao, like, back in that time, that's how the whole Mortal Kombat tournament came to be. That's how Shang Tsung, you know, he took over the tournament, and it fell into the hands of Shang Tsung, and that's when Shao Kahn was trying to kind of scheme and try to invade Earthrealm. So that's where it all began, really. So it could potentially act as some kind of an origin story, but because the Fire God Liu Kang has reset this timeline now, right, and he's pretty much doing his own thing, there could be a lot of differences, you know. But yeah, I think that's the safest bet. Like, I mean, it's not going to be Mortal Kombat 12, as in, like, it's not going to, like, be in the same timeline that Mortal Kombat 11 was. Okay, it's not going to, like, Kronika is back from the dead and we have to fight her again. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, we saw, like, if you've made it to the end of Mortal Kombat 11 story, which is the aftermath, right, and you saw the post-credit scene, you will see the great Fire God Liu Kang, after resetting the timeline, visiting the Great Kung Lao and preparing him for a Mortal Kombat tournament. So that tells you that we're not going to see a continuation. We're going to see going back, and that's exactly pretty much what happens in the latest teaser that we got. We see the hand going to 1, not going to 12, but going to 1. So that's the safest kind of bet, like, as far as what's going to happen. Now we're going to discuss that and talk about how I kind of feel about that, right? Like, I think that is absolutely fantastic. I think Ed Boon and the NetherRealm Studios are in an absolutely fantastic position. They've got a blank canvas. They've got a blank canvas because they've got an entire, like, timeline to rewrite, literally. So what the character Fire God Liu Kang is doing, right, and what the creators are doing are kind of hand in hand, because the real life creators of the series can rewrite a timeline while Fire God Liu Kang is. So it's just the level of creativity they now have is endless. Because I would imagine that, like, if you take Resident Evil, you take Capcom and Resident Evil, I mean, they're fucking running out of ideas. You know, you look at Street Fighter, particularly when it comes to fighting games, right? You look at Street Fighter, okay? You look at Tekken. I mean, they're fucking running out of ideas, man. You can see it, like, in their games. They're running out of ideas, like. They're struggling. They're struggling bad. Feel like me right now. But no, Ed Boon and NetherRealm Studios, because Fire God Liu Kang has made a new timeline, it just gives the team such a, just, oh god, I can't even. Suck. Sorry, you don't suck. You're good. It just gives them so much creativity. They can bring in new characters. They can change characters. It's just, it literally is a blank canvas. It's an absolute blank canvas that they can work on, and that's so exciting. For a series that's been over 30 years, that is so exciting, and it won't, like, it'll fit into what Mortal Kombat is, because it's connected to the story. Like in the story, the timeline has been reset. So it isn't like that they're just saying, okay, forget everything that happened. This is happening now. You know, because that's what happens with most like reboots and remakes. Okay, but the fact of the matter is they don't tie into the story. Like, why are we seeing the Great Kong now? Because Fire God Liu Kang has reset the timeline. Why are we seeing, you know, a different looking character? Because it's a new timeline. You get me? It makes sense than just you know, rebooting a series with no context. There's context to why Mortal Kombat 1, which is what it's going to be called. From now on, I'm going to call it Mortal Kombat 1 because the guy who leaks PS Plus games has pretty much confirmed that it'll be Mortal Kombat 1. So yeah. That's more than a scratch, buddy. I'd have smashed you. Sorry.
Round 2, fight.
So I actually spoke about this a few times in every time we discuss like the next Mortal Kombat game. So if you look at Mortal Kombat Armageddon, you can imagine how tough it would have been for, you know, Midway Games at the time, you know, before they became NetherRealm Studios. They pretty much did everything. Like Armageddon was their way of saying, this is it, like we've done everything, like, you know. I mean, you couldn't have made a sequel to Mortal Kombat Armageddon in terms of the story. You couldn't continue that story because it was Armageddon. How do you continue Armageddon? You can't. It's impossible. So that's why they decided to go with the reboot of Mortal Kombat 9, the first kind of reboot, in terms of like going back to the first 3 games, and things going to happen slightly different, which led to Mortal Kombat 10 and 11. But no.
Final round, fight.
The possibilities are endless in terms of where this story can go, what kind of characters can be introduced or reintroduced. I mean, you never know. That's a very exciting position to be in, both as a player and as a developer. That amount of creativity at your fingertips, you know? You're not confined by years and years of storytelling. I mean, look at Resident Evil. I mean, Chris Redfield is ready to go into the fucking retirement home, for God's sake, you know? Stars. He's seeing stars. He's fucking dazzled. He doesn't know what's going on around him. You don't get to laugh at my jokes, Shao Kahn. Because they're not funny. That's why. Good game, my guy. Good game.
Shao Kahn wins.
You can clearly see I'm a Shao Kahn guy. They better bring back Shao Kahn. But see, this is the thing as well. If you go back, I really want that to be the case. I really want Mortal Kombat 1 to be that like reboot, both in the series and both like within the story of the series. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Hopefully you do. Fingers crossed you do. So we can see a complete... It's one thing to say like, oh, look at Shao Kahn from the past. Like, he's not really that different, is he? But imagine, like... what I mean by that is, like, do you know the way Mortal Kombat 11 brought back Shao Kahn? And then we got to see, like, Shao Kahn when he was, like, much younger or whatever else. And we saw him in Mortal Kombat 9. That's one thing. But imagine seeing Shao Kahn before he became Emperor Shao Kahn. Before he had realms conquered, before he conquered Edenia, for instance, right? Imagine seeing like very kind of wet around the ears, so to speak, Shao Kahn. Why is everyone Scorpion? Jesus Christ. Oh, you can't say much because I'm fucking Shao Kahn all the time, but anyway. But that would be so interesting. And imagine seeing a younger Shang Tsung. You know? The possibilities are endless, like. They really are. I mean, you could literally have an origin story for every character in the series. Well, not every character in the series, but like characters that have been around for a long time. Like Scorpion. Imagine seeing Hanzo Hazuki, just as a normal ninja. And maybe Fire God Liu Kang decides to prevent the Lin Kuei clan and Boyhan's family being murdered. So to get what I'm trying to say, like, I mean, the level of creativity and possibility is endless in terms of what they can do with these beloved characters, and even locations as well. I mean, Shinnok, right? We could see Shinnok as an Elder God while he turns on his fellow Elder Gods in Raiden. So it can act as everything. Like, it can act as literally everything. There's no end to the level of creativity and possibility for the next Mortal Kombat game. So I feel like I've kind of discussed kind of a lot, like, and I don't really have a whole lot of predictions in terms of like what can happen. I mean, I've only had one prediction really, and that's the multiverses prediction. Not many people are talking about that, actually, to be honest with you. Oh, I do have one very funny prediction. I'm not gonna lie. I do have one very funny prediction. You know how Ed Boon's a troll, and we all know he is. He knows it. I know it. We all know it. Shao Kahn knows it. Scorpion knows it. Queen Sendel knows it. Everyone knows that he's a troll. Okay. What if that wasn't an hourglass? Okay. What if it was what if there weren't grains of sand, right? What if it was a salt shaker? Good game, my boy. Thank you for the mercy. Thank you. Too kind. My leg! What have you done to me? Well, Shao Kahn won't be in the next Mortal Kombat game, that's for sure. Oh yeah, so what if it wasn't an hourglass and it was a salt shaker and there were grains of salt? You know the saying, don't take it with a grain of salt. And there's nothing to it. And this clock is just like,
you will find no allies here.
Has nothing to do with Mortal Kombat or something, you know? Imagine, like. I doubt that's gonna happen, but it'd be so funny if it did. But yeah, my only prediction really is the multiverses prediction, where the grain of salt, a sand that explodes, represents one of, and it's not that like people are thinking, oh, it's exploding, it means it's no more, it means it's destroyed. No, that bang is that explosion is clearly representing like the Big Bang, the birth of creation, right? That's what I believe, and I think every one of those grains of sand represents a universe, and I believe that the game will be centered around multiverses, and you're traveling to those multiverses and coming across completely different versions of your beloved fighters, and you either work with them or you either fight them or fight with them, and there will be a great threat that wants to destroy every other universe because they want their universe to be the one and only universe, right? We've seen that in plenty of like media over the years, be it games, movies, whatever, TV shows, you know? We've seen that. We've seen that happen. Daniel, my boy, who's dying? I'm dying right now. How are you keeping? My good friend. Welcome, as always, to Green Hill Gaming. In this live stream, I am discussing my predictions. Oh, good game. And overall thoughts on the next Mortal Kombat game. And feel free, Daniel, feel free to join in on that discussion, and feel free to share your predictions on what the next Mortal Kombat may be. So seeing as you just joined the live stream now, so I'm going to like recap. So I only have one prediction really. I should have called it prediction as opposed to predictions. Because I didn't realise, but I only have one actual prediction. And it centers around multiverses. Multiverses is so hot right now. It's so trendy right now. It's in everything. It's in video games. It's in TV shows. It's in movies. You name it. Multiverses is the fucking deal right now. And Goncalo, you are always very welcome to Green Hill Gaming as well. How are you doing? How is your day going? Welcome to the live stream where I am discussing my thoughts and prediction of the next Mortal Kombat game, and feel free to join in as well. GameStop hasn't closed yet. Yes, and Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate is as low in price as ever. Yeah, best time to get it. It's actually on PS Plus, actually. They often sell games very cheap before the new release. Doesn't include rip-off Call of Duty, though. I know, yeah. Perfect time to pick up Mortal Kombat 11. So I only have one prediction, really. And again, it revolves around multiverses, but they're so popular right now and trendy. So I think that grain of sand that we see in the first teaser that explodes represents the Big Bang, the birth of creation. And I believe that one grain of sand is just one of many universes. So I think in the game there'll be a lot of universes in Mortal Kombat 1, which is what it's going to be called. It's confirmed. Actually, by the way, it's confirmed from the only guy that leaks PS Plus games every month. He's never wrong. He always leaks PS Plus stuff. Well, he's come out now and said that it's going to be called Mortal Kombat 1. So what I think it is there's going to be multiverses in this next Mortal Kombat game, Mortal Kombat 1. There'll be a great threat to possibly the one being, which never actually, he's never really appeared or threatened anyone in the games. He's shown in the animated movie, alright, like the last one, I think. But we never get to see him in the game. We don't get to fight him. He doesn't play a big part in the game. So he's literally called the one being. He's above everyone, right? So what I believe is he is going to want his universe to be the one and only universe. So he's going to want to destroy every other universe to make sure that his universe is the one and only, and he can be the ruler. He can be the one being of the one universe. Because you can't be the one being and having billions of other universes, right? So what's going to happen is he's going to get together fighters that side with him and say, yeah, you are the one being. This is the one universe. Every other universe needs to be destroyed. Okay? So he's going to get people on his side. So then what that means is you're either going to be fighting alongside or fighting against fighters, but fighters from different universes. So you could have a case where it could start off with, let's say you get to play as Fire God Liu Kang. I don't know. I think though he might kind of play like a Raiden type role. But let's say we get to play as him. And the first universe he goes to get people on his side, he's like, okay, we can't destroy these universes. We can't kill people. We have to save people, save universes. We can't let the one being destroy everyone in every universe. So he's trying to get people on his side. So let's say he goes to one realm where he encounters Shang Tsung. And he's like, oh my god, Shang Tsung, he's going to kill me. But it's a good Shang Tsung, not an evil Shang Tsung. That would be like an example of what I'm trying to say. Like a completely different Shang Tsung where he's actually good. And then you can go to different types of Earth realms. Earth realms that are like prehistoric. Earth realms that are in the future. An outworld that is good. An Earth realm that is bad. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Basically multiverses. If you understand the concept of multiverses, you know what I'm saying. So I think that may be what we're going to get in the next Mortal Kombat game. And because I think that grain of sand that explodes represents the Big Bang, and because you see many grains of salt in there, I possibly feel like that it represents multiverses, basically. That's my only prediction, basically. Let me know what you think of that prediction. Let me know what your predictions are. What do you think? What are your thoughts on the next Mortal Kombat game? It is base Mortal Kombat 11 was on sale, but I think Ultimate, the version with the MK3 skins, hasn't been on sale for months. You can get them, you can get them PS Plus, man. Ultimate and the Ultimate add-on were 2 weeks in Germany on sale, €12 instead of 50. I think the lowest before that was like 20. That's a fantastic deal. How are you, Chad? Welcome to Green Hill Gaming. You're always very welcome. How are you doing? How's your day going? What are your thoughts on the next Mortal Kombat game? Any predictions for us? Johnny, I forgot to ask, how are you? I am doing very well, thank you for asking. What about you? I don't get why people are so upset about the reboot. I don't think anyone's upset about the reboot, to be honest with you. If they are, they're idiots, because as you pointed out, they've done it about Mortal Kombat 9 to 11. But this is not the thing about Mortal Kombat 1, which again is 100% what it's going to be called, because the guy who leaks PS Plus games every month accurately has said it's going to be Mortal Kombat 1. So if he says it, you better believe it. So it's not like the same as 9. Like what 9 is basically is Raiden, as he's about to be crushed to death by Shao Kahn's hammer at the end of Mortal Kombat Armageddon, he somehow sends a message to his former self. So you go back to the events of Mortal Kombat 1, 2 and 3, and Raiden is getting these messages. He must win, referring to Shao Kahn, but he didn't know that at the time. So he thinks it's got to be Liu Kang or Kong Lo, but it isn't, and things change and things happen. And then Mortal Kombat 10 happens, okay, where, Shinnok is a threat, but things are slightly different because of what Raiden did. But then at the end of Mortal Kombat 11, basically, like, he kills Liu Kang, and Liu Kang is like evil and the leader of the Netherrealm in Mortal Kombat 10. Then in Mortal Kombat 11, Kronika, the Keeper of Time, she's responsible for all things time and keeping things normal. She's like, what the fuck are you doing, Raiden? She comes along and says, look, I'm fucking resetting the timeline because you fucked everything up, Raiden. What's happening in Mortal Kombat 11 is different. It's an actual reboot. I don't think Mortal Kombat 9 was a reboot. If you think of it, it connects to Mortal Kombat Armageddon. It's basically Raiden and Mortal Kombat Armageddon going back in time. So, it's not a reboot. So 10 and 11 are not reboots. 1 is a reboot, because you literally have Raiden resetting the timeline. Kronika didn't successfully reset the timeline in Mortal Kombat 11. She didn't get to do that. She didn't get to do it in Aftermath either. She never actually got round to rebooting anything. But Fire God Liu Kang at the end of Aftermath did actually reset the timeline, and we see him visiting Kong Lo. It's confirmed. Like, every Mortal Kombat game picks up where the last one left off. It's fact. It's always happened like this. Always happened like this. Look at 9, the ending of 9, right? 10 picked up where that left off. 11 picked up where 10 left off. Why would 12 not pick up, or 1 pick up where 11 didn't? So that's what's going to happen. Fire God Liu Kang resetted the timeline, so it will act as a reboot, but it'll be so cool because it'll not only act as a reboot, but we get to see an origin story. There's the great Kong Lo. There's the guy who, fought in the first Mortal Kombat, and eventually, like, he lost to Goro, and that's when the tournament fell into the hands of Shang Tsung. Okay? So being able to go back to that era, it's going to be so cool. So it is a reboot, and it's fucking fantastic that it's a reboot, because it means that the NetherRealm Studios and Ed Boon has so much creativity now. It's endless what they can do. Look at Tekken and Street Fighter. They're running out of ideas. They're probably going to bring fucking Hayachi. They're going to wheel Hayachi's head into the room like a fucking episode of Futurama, where his head is just floating in a fucking tube or something. I mean, what's Street Fighter going to do? Fucking M. Bison in a retirement home. Like, I'm sorry, like, but, like, Mortal Kombat has never been so fresh right now. I'm so fucking delighted that it's a reboot. I'm so delighted to go back and see the great Kong Lo. He's never been in any Mortal Kombat game. He's only been referenced. To go back to that timeline, fantastic. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. I've been a Kombat fan since the first game. Same here. I've been a Mortal Kombat fan since I first played it on the Sega Master System, and I've been playing every Mortal Kombat since, and I just love the series more than I ever did. I suck online, that makes two of us. Thankfully, Mortal Kombat games usually give me a ton of offline solo content. Yeah, it's mostly known as a solo game. Like, it's got great story modes, arcade towers as well. So yeah, great story in Mortal Kombat. And the crypt as well, like, to unlock so many cool stuff. Chess combat or Mortal Kombat, yeah. Right, it's not a true. So it's not a true, like, Mortal Kombat 9, 10 and 11 are not really true reboots. It's all, if you understand the story, you'll know that it's not so much a reboot, but at the end of Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, that is a reboot, because you literally do have Fire God Liu Kang resetting time and starting over. And that's what you see. You see him going to the Great Kong Lo. Anyone who knows the lore of Mortal Kombat will know that, like, the Great Kong Lo is pretty much where it all starts. Because once he loses to Goro, maybe he won't lose to Goro. See, this is the thing. It's not just going back in time. It isn't just somebody with a fucking controller and rewinding time. This is Fire God Liu Kang crafting his timeline. So he's obviously not going to let Goro defeat the Great Kong Lo this time. So he may change that. He may change it, and maybe Goro won't defeat the Great Kong Lo, and maybe my prediction will come right. Maybe just as Fire God Kong Lo thinks everything is all okay, he realizes that he didn't just create one universe, he created multiple universes, because something had to happen. He had to do something to create this new timeline, didn't he? He didn't just click his fingers and say, new timeline. A process had to have happened, right? So maybe while he was trying to create this new timeline, he accidentally created multiple universes. And then so everything is grand. Great Kong Lo defeats Goro, and Fire God Liu Kang is like, oh, finally a bit of peace now, I can relax. And then the one being shows up and says, hey, fucker! Fuck your universe. and destroying the universe, and he's setting out to destroy all the other universes, and you have to try to get people on your side to prevent that from happening. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that reboot so fucking much. Johnny, you are an alien. I am indeed. Thank you for watching my PSVR 2 video. Baby Bird will get scared. I'll be okay. So you want another reboot of Mortal Kombat 1 to 4. It won't be like that though. It won't be like that. But I do have something to say actually about the 1, 2 and 3 thing. Maybe because it's been like Mortal Kombat Trilogy remake has been going around for quite a while now, right? The possibility of there being a remake of Mortal Kombat Trilogy, right? Where the first 3 games merged together, right? What if Mortal Kombat 1, right, is the first? What if Mortal Kombat Trilogy is a reimagining of Mortal Kombat 1, 2 and 3? A new Mortal Kombat 1, 2 and 3, like a complete reimagining, right? Wouldn't that be great? Damn, I really wanted them to make a new Injustice to finish the series or something new. Man, I gotta be honest with you, Injustice can get on its knees and kiss my ass, because I personally do not give a shite about Injustice. I don't care about comics. I don't care about DC coming along and saying, "Hi, I'm in a fighting game now." I don't care about Injustice, but I respect everyone who likes the game. That's their right. Long as they're having fun. But for me personally, I'm glad to fuck it is an Injustice, and it's not going to be Injustice, because in that thank you video that Ed Boon in Realm Studios uploaded over a week ago, thanking the Mortal Kombat fans, he said, "We're not done yet," and showed what's next for Mortal Kombat, not Injustice. So Injustice can fuck off if that's concerned. Anyway, I was the Scorpion. GG, your theories were cool. Thank you. Good game. Good game, Scorpion. Good game. It was a pleasure to fight you in Mortal Kombat. Good game indeed. Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate that. I love coming up with theories. Whether they're right or wrong, I just love theories so much. Thank you. I'm going to subscribe to your channel for that, actually. No. Thank you so much. And how are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. I think it's worth it. They keep adding content to it. Also, the stuff that's out there is very cool. Plus, if you buy the Ultimate Edition, you'll get all kinds of... See, the thing about me, Daniel, is I don't wait a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years to get my games. Because I'm a true Mortal Kombat fan. So I'll buy the game at fucking launch. That's how I do my shit. I'm only joking, by the way. I'm only joking. I hear what you're saying. I hope we see Dragon King, Onaga, and Goro. Exactly. Great point. Because Fire God Liu Kang has created this new timeline where he's went back to the Great Kung Lao, and I feel again there's a reason why he went back to the Great Kung Lao. Why? Why did he go back to the Great Kung Lao? Because he knows, in my opinion, this is my theory now, right? This is my prediction. He knows that it all went wrong. Everything went wrong when Kung Lao lost to Goro, because that's when the Shaolin tournament of Mortal Kombat fell into the hands of Shang Tsung, who's working with working with the Emperor of Outworld, Shao Kahn, to conquer Earthrealm. That's where everything went wrong. Think of it. That's where everything went wrong for everyone in Earthrealm. So maybe he wanted to go back, right, to the Great Kung Lao in his new timeline and make sure that the Great Kung Lao defeats Goro this time. So I think it'd be great to see Goro in this, Dragon King Onaga, when he was the original ruler of Outworld, and we get to see a Shao Kahn that's not exactly an emperor just yet. That's what I'm really looking forward to in this. And Emily, hello to you, my good friend. You are very welcome to Green Hill Gaming, as always. Welcome. I'm so hyped. I'm like a little child. Welcome to the live stream. Great to have you in it. I'm discussing the next Mortal Kombat game and sharing kind of predictions here and there as well. So an overall discussion. Let me know what you think of the next Mortal Kombat game. Mortal Kombat 1, which is what's going to be called, because the guy who leaks PS Plus stuff has said it. So he's always right with his leaks, so he's definitely Mortal Kombat 1. After the love game has been played. Oh, Final Fantasy X. Oh, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about Final Fantasy X. Trust me. This is more of a discussion video than a gameplay video, really. I'll get back to some online demos in just a moment, but overall, this is a discussion video. All our reasons will disappear. Imagine if Cole from the movies in the game. I wouldn't care. See, I wouldn't care. See, what makes me different to the other people on YouTube right now, apart from the fact that I don't have as much fucking money as them, is like, I don't just repeat what other people are saying. Oh, Cole, fuck Cole, he's shit. I don't care. Yeah, he's not in the games. Who cares? Like, I didn't exactly hate Cole, so I'm not going to be like, oh, Cole. Like the John Cena mentality. The John Cena mentality to me is in wrestling where everyone just started hating John Cena and they didn't even know why. It was just cool to hate John Cena. Like, I don't hate Cole. I have no reason to hate Cole. Simple as. So if he comes to the games, fair dues to him. He's welcome. Do you know what I mean? He's welcome. I can't hear anything. Oh, you can hear now. I got a fight there for a second. What's better, Mortal Kombat or... Is this guy serious right now? Tell me. You didn't just say that. Tell me. You didn't just say that. Sucker. Booker T impression. Well, let me think about that for a second. I may have to boil the kettle and have a really, really hot, strong cup of tea to think about that. Oh my god, which is better? Mortal Kombat or Injustice? Mortal Kombat every single time! Dear God, you should be ashamed of yourself for even asking that question. Dear God. To the Netherrealm with you, Daniel. And do not return until you appreciate the greatness that is Mortal Kombat. Injustice is nothing more than a cockroach under the foot of Netherrealm. You see, it's called Netherrealm Studios, not Metropolis Realm, is it? No, Netherrealm. Because there was fucking 12 mainline Mortal Kombat games and 2 Injustice games. 2, 12, 12, 2. So yeah, that's your question, Mortal Kombat. Sorry, need some water. Sorry, I'm only joking. I'm only having a laugh. That's all. Reasons. For what now? Reasons for why Mortal Kombat is better than Injustice. Do we need to give reasons why Mortal Kombat is better than Injustice? Seriously. Oh, my days. Well, I mean, the sales speak for themselves. I think the fact that it's been 30 years of Mortal Kombat and still going strong speaks for itself. I think 2 movies speak for themselves, or 3, including Annihilation. I think animated movies speak for themselves, so yeah. Oh, so he's not the only one. Not hating on Cole, but if they added him to the game and gave him a proper story in the new reboot, would be cool. Added him to the game. I just think, man, there's characters in Mortal Kombat that I don't give a shit about. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck about that cowboy guy. I don't even know his name. I don't care. Like, there's characters in Mortal Kombat that I'm just like, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's just normal. That's not criticizing. That's just normal. So I don't think Cole is any different to that. Like, as far as I'm concerned, anyway. At least, do you know what I mean? That's as far as I'm concerned. It's only after the love game has. I like how you're calling Final Fantasy X a love game. It's funny. Play the reasons will disappear. Reasons for what? No. I'm not sure what you speak of, Emily. Mike, my good friend, how are you doing today? How is your Thursday going? You are always very welcome to Green Hill Gaming for the live stream where I am discussing all things Mortal Kombat 1, which is what it's going to be called, by the way, Mike. The guy that leaks PS Plus games every month and he always gets them right has said it's going to be Mortal Kombat 1, so it's going to be Mortal Kombat 1. So that's what he said. I just need Smoke to return. Ah, yeah, Smoke. Then I can competitively play competitively online again. It would be nice for the next game to focus less on Scorpion and Sub-Zero doing a story and go for a new character maybe. I actually wouldn't have a problem with that. I just think that there's too much of a focus on Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I think it's time to take a break now from focusing on those 2 characters. I completely agree with you there, to be honest with you. That's the guy, Aaron Black. Thank you. Why you sad, Daniel? I'm very good, bud. How are you? Not too bad at all. Thank you so much for asking. Glad you're keeping well as well, Mike. It would be awesome if they actually have a create your own character and your own... Well, they did that in Armageddon, kind of. And they kind of brought it back with Mortal Kombat 11. So that would be interesting. But the thing is, like, how would that tie into the story of the game? If you were playing as your own, maybe in conquest mode, something like that. Yeah, yeah. Bring back conquest mode. That's one for you. That is one. I have tired myself out. I am not going to lie. I have absolutely tired myself out. Let's have an online game. And then after that, we'll continue discussing. But continue to leave what you think the next Mortal Kombat game, Mortal Kombat 1, is going to be all about. What are your predictions? What are your thoughts? Just all things discussing. But yeah, the more I think of it now, like the more I think of my prediction, which once again is, I think it's going to focus on multiverses. And I think the fact that when Fire God Liu Kang was using the hourglass to reset time and for his own new timeline, new reality, I think that he didn't realize that when he created a timeline, he also created other universes. And I think that in that first teaser, where we see the final grain of sand explode, like that represents one universe. That represents one big bang in one universe. But I think those other grains of sand represents other universes, okay? So different universes, different Earth realms, different outworlds, different versions of Shao Kahn, different versions of Shang Tsung, multiverses. I think we all understand the concept of what multiverses are all about. So that's pretty much my prediction. But I think how that can that's just a theory right now. That's just like, that's a what if, could have situation. Like, that's not confirmed. Like, obviously my theory is just my theory and it hasn't been confirmed. But what is confirmed is the ending to Mortal Kombat 11 story after that, where we see Fire God Liu Kang resetting the timeline and going to Kung Lao, specifically the Great Kung Lao, going to him specifically and training him for the Mortal Kombat tournament. Why is he doing that? Well, see, I can tie that into my theory and maybe back up my theory more. I believe that he wants Kung Lao to finally defeat Goro this time, because he feels that's where everything went wrong in the series. Because once Goro lost to, once the Great Kung Lao lost to Goro, that's where the Mortal Kombat tournament fell into the hands of Shang Tsung and therefore Shao Kahn, and allowed Shao Kahn to go on his quest to conquer Earthrealm. And that's where everything went wrong for Liu Kang and his friends and Earthrealm. Okay? So I think he wants to prevent that. I think what will happen is he'll prevent that, and he'll feel like everything is going to be A-okay now. The Shaolin tournament is in the hands of the Shaolin monks. Nothing to worry about here. Everything is fine. Happily ever after. But the one being appears from a universe, and he wants to end all of those other universes. And Fire God Liu Kang is like, oh shit. Because he didn't realise that when he created one universe, he also created multiple other universes. So what's going to happen then is you're going to have, as I said earlier, you're going to have fighters either teaming up. It's so hard to focus when you're talking. You're either going to fight with or against these different fighters in these different universes. And that's basically my theory and how it kind of ties into what we actually know and seen of the story of the game so far. So it's kind of like theory mixed in with theory mixed in with fact. Thank you for the mercy. But me thinks you're going to regret doing that, fucker! Okay, leave it on. Did you see that, guys?
Final round. Fight!
Oh, that's gotta hurt bad thing. Oh, this is going to be close. I'm sorry. No, good game, good game. God, that was close. It would be awesome. What if Goro, not even in the tournament, he's only there after beating...
Fatality.
Interesting. He could change, like, that's the thing, like, I mean, Fire God Liu Kang could change everything, but it's the fact that he went back to the Great Kong Lo. That's been on my mind a lot now recently. Why do we see that scene? Why do we see that particular scene? And I think it definitely has something to do with the fact that it was when the Great Kong Lo lost to Goro that everything went wrong. So I think that is why we're going back. I think he wants to go back to prevent that from happening. Because none of us know how it goes. I mean, what happens when you rewrite time? What's the process of that, like, you know? Like, if we just rewrite time and sit there and do nothing, will the same thing start to happen? Or do you get to kind of stop that from happening? You know, because we haven't seen Fire God Liu Kang actually reset time. What a time to be a fan of fighting games, though. Oh my days! Like Mortal Kombat 1,
Round 2, fight.
Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8. I'll tell you one thing, I'm just so glad that it wasn't Injustice 3 or Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. Do you know when Mortal Kombat? Good game. Do you know when NetherRealm Studios came along? See how he didn't give me a mercy there? You knew if you gave me a mercy, it wouldn't go your way, bye. That's why you didn't give me the mercy. That's okay though. But do you know, like when Warner Brothers bought Midway Games and they reformed themselves as NetherRealm Studios, and we got Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, and then we got Justice 1 and Justice 2. Do you know what it feels like as a Mortal Kombat fan, right? It feels like all of a sudden you have stepbrothers and stepsisters. Hi guys! Hi bro, hi sis!
Round 1, fight.
I like Batman! Can I fight you? Sure can. I'm from Gotham City! I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. This is Mortal Kombat. What the fuck are you doing here? That's how I feel anyway, personally, when it comes to this whole like Injustice, you know, fucking DC bullshit. Like, I mean, DC is grand. There's no problem with DC. I'll watch Batman. I watch DC content, but just keep your DC out of my wife's mouth. I got that completely wrong, but you know what I'm saying, man. Oh god, I'm loving this. As you can see, I'm not good at combos, so I kind of rely on my special abilities.
You call that combat?
Hello, Mike Kane.
Final round. Fight.
Very welcome to Green Hill Gaming. Thank you so much for dropping by this live stream. We're discussing the next Mortal Kombat game, sharing a prediction and just overall thoughts. Feel free to join in on that as well. We'd love to hear what you think, and everyone else as well. Like, imagine if we got, like, people seem to forget that Mortal Kombat Conquest was a thing, the TV show. Like, that actually happened, you know. Like everyone talks about, oh, we need to see a good Mortal Kombat adaptation, Mortal Kombat Conquest. Are you too young to fucking remember? But Mortal Kombat Conquest centered around the Great Kong Lao and his timeline, and we got to see a lot of like origin stories there, and new characters got introduced as a result. I'd love if we got like the video game equivalent to Mortal Kombat Conquest. I really would absolutely love that. Like, now we did see like characters as they were, like you saw Shang Tsung, but you know what I mean. I just want Dark so much, to be honest with you. Next opponent, please. That washing machine has been going for hours. Sorry, I have my washing machine on down. It's like, it's been going for hours. I actually thought I broke it earlier, actually, as well. It got really hot. I put it to 90 degrees. 90 degrees wash. Sorry, Eco Warriors. Oh my god, you had a 90 degrees wash. You should have an Eco 20 degrees friendly, you bastard. Shut up. But yeah, Mortal Kombat 1, I mean, I am like, I love talking about it and, you know, theorizing about it and sharing my predictions. And I'd love to hear yours as well, though, you know what I mean? Let me know what you think. So I'm kind of running out of things to say now, to be honest with you. That's why I'm like, come on, tell me what you think. Handing it off to you, lovely people. I am aware there's other characters in the game as well, like, but what makes me picking Scorpion over and over again any different to those people who pick Sub-Zero and Scorpion over and over again? You know? I think if you're playing online and you're good at one character, you stick to that character. It's as simple as that, like. It's as simple as that. I mean, if you're playing single player and you're doing like the story mode or you're doing the arcade mode, then you can mess around with different characters, like different fighters. Like, but I think if you're playing online and you want to be a bit competitive, just if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you've got a character that you're winning with, stick to that fighter, you know. Oh yeah, so something else about Mortal Kombat 1 that I want to talk about. So far I've been kind of sharing my prediction and my thoughts and kind of combining my prediction with what we already know. So like, not to repeat myself over and over again, let's talk about something different. So the guy who has been leaking PS Plus games correctly now since the fucking dawn of time, like he has come out and said like that, yeah, it's Mortal Kombat 1, it's going to be called, coming out on PS5, Xbox Series X, PC, and Nintendo fucking Switch. I was like, what? What? I mean, obviously, like, we got Mortal Kombat 11 on Switch, right? But that's before PS5 and Xbox Series X came out. So it wasn't that hard to port the PS4 or Xbox Series 1 game to Switch. Like, you know what I mean? That wasn't. I mean, it surprised me when Mortal Kombat 11 came to the Switch. Don't get me wrong. But I was not expecting Mortal Kombat 1 to become the Switch. I've seen people saying it's going to be a cloud version. It's not going to be a cloud version. It's not going to be a cloud version. I can guarantee you it's not going to be a cloud version, because there is absolutely no way that anybody in NetherRealm Studios would make a fucking fighting game a cloud game. Because no matter how powerful your fucking console is, your PC, no matter how fast your broadband, it can be faster than Sonic the Hedgehog himself, right? You're going to experience lag. It doesn't matter what the service, it doesn't matter whether it's PS Plus, it doesn't matter whether it's Xbox Cloud, doesn't matter whether it's Nintendo's Switch Cloud version, it doesn't matter, you will experience lag. There is no way you are going to get a cloud fighting game. It's not going to happen. I know that you can have the option to stream Mortal Kombat 11 on PS Plus or other services, but it's not going to happen. I will eat my sock live on stream. I will dip my sock into fucking curry and eat it live on stream. If that happens. I'm not even joking. I will deep fry my sock.
I've heard enough of your fat.
Alright, Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn has heard enough of my fried socks. Okay. What do you want to hear about Shao Kahn?
Conquering Realms. Oh, look at that shiny realm over there. It's all new and shiny. Don't you want to conquer it? Now he's happy. Conquer me, bastard! Sorry, I'm fucking cracking up. Like I'm cracking up.
No, I'm really praying it's a live version.
Yeah, you have to. Look, see, you know, it'll happen. I will fry that sock, dip it in curry, and have the time of my life. But no, it won't happen. It won't happen. It happens for other games like Resident Evil and whatnot. But there's no way. Not. I mean, some of the companies might do it, but there's no way that Ed Boon is going to sign off for that. Like. Like what? Yeah. See, the reason why people are thinking it could be a cloud version, I can understand where they're coming from completely, because there's no PS4 version and there's no Xbox One version. So a lot of people are saying like, but then again though, maybe like if you think of it, right? PS4 came out before Switch. Xbox One came out. So PS4 was around when the Wii U was around. PS4 has been on for years and years now, right? So maybe it would just cost them too much. Like maybe there's like I don't know. Like maybe they just consider the Switch more of a newer console than PS4 and Xbox One. So as far as a legacy version, it's not legacy version. I think of fucking FIFA. And as far as like a last generation version of the game is concerned, like maybe they feel more comfortable going with the Switch than they do a PS4, even though a PS4 is more powerful than the Switch. I don't know. But this guy the guy who came up with this information, he's always accurate. Like he's always been leaking PS Plus stuff, and he never gets it wrong. So I can't say him being wrong, to be honest with you. Like this was, if only he could come out and talk about something to do with Metal Gear or Silent. Well, we know enough about Silent Hill. To be fair, we got a lot about Silent Hill. But if only he could come out and say like, you know, Metal Gear Solid 3 remake is happening, so we can all just fucking shut the hell up, like, and say, yeah, this is happening, you know. But the internet won't shut up though. They still won't shut up. They still won't shut up. Like they'll still come out. Like Nintendo recently came out now and said that there won't be any like the successor to the Switch, like their next dedicated gaming system or even some kind of like Switch model, like won't be happening before before April 2024. And you still have people, no, that's just Nintendo lying. They always lie. Don't listen to Nintendo. No, listen to me. Like and subscribe to my channel. Listen to me, I know it all. I'm a fucking gaming prophet me. Oh, that will still happen. Like I'm telling you, people will be still banging on about Switch fucking Pros and Switch 2s. No, that's not to say. That is not to say, right? Because the important part there was they said that they don't plan to release. They don't plan to release like a next dedicated gaming system or a new Switch model in March of April 2024, right? But as far as announcing one, as far as talking about one, so that could happen right now. Nintendo could do a live stream right now. Hey, introducing Switch 2 coming out in fucking May 2024. Do you know what I mean? That wouldn't be far fetched, like. Do you know what I mean? But as far as like, you know, fucking one releasing this year, because it always happens. New Switch launching this year, and it never happens. Never happens. But anyway, back to Mortal Kombat. Yeah, but I thought it was crazy, like, to see that like Mortal Kombat 1 is going to be coming to Switch. This is old school gaming practice that I really like. It's great to see this. You know, you don't see this with other franchises. You don't see enough of it, because back in the day, like when Mortal Kombat released back in the day, like on the 90s, you know, like Mortal Kombat 1 up to 4. Like there was a version of Mortal Kombat on every fucking console. Like there was a Master System version of Mortal Kombat 1, all the way up to a SNES version of Mortal Kombat 1. Do you know what I mean? Same with Mortal Kombat 2 and 3 as well. And well, that's what a Master System. But there was versions of Mortal Kombat on last generation consoles. So it's great to see that level of support. To be honest with you, if I'm still alive, if I'm still around, I will be getting both versions, because I do like to play my games on the go. But of course, like, you know, the power of PS5, it can be fantastic to see like what like what a Mortal Kombat game will look like on PS5 natively. Like, I know there's a PS5, like I'm playing the PS5 version of Mortal Kombat 11 right now, but that's, I don't know, that to me is not the same thing as like building a game ground up for the PS5. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just want to see what it looks like ground up for the PS5. Okay, well, what a recap. What a recap. And again, like, don't be shy to share your predictions on the next Mortal Kombat game, Mortal Kombat 1. Don't be shy to share what you think of Mortal Kombat 1. Are you a fan of Mortal Kombat? Have you played it? Do you simp over Injustice more? Oh fuck! I thought it was gone. Oh, gone now. Ah, I hit Martins. Can I have mercy, please? Bitch. Absolute bitch. I thought it was gone. Who's laughing?
Fatality.
Ha 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 to you too.
Scarlet wins.
Blood-loving freak. Fuck out of here. I'm gonna go back to the main menu. I'm back and playing Fortnite. Joking, of course. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, so I'm gonna recap. So, okay. So again, my prediction, right? And then I'm basing this prediction from the first Mortal Kombat 1 teaser that Ed Boon teased over a week ago in his thank you video, where he was thanking the Mortal Kombat fans for 30 years of support. At the end of that video, Ed Boon said, "We're not done yet," or something like that. And then we saw what appears to be the hourglass and all of the grains of sand pouring out, and the final grain of sand explodes, and that was the teaser. So I looked at that teaser, and it didn't take me long to come up with a prediction that one grain of sand exploding represents the Big Bang, the creation of that one universe, but the other grains of sand represent other universes. So what Fire God Liu Kang has done, because he's not the keeper of time. Like, I mean, Kronika has been the keeper of time since ever. Like, I believe she was the only keeper of time. Let's face it. Did Fire God Liu Kang go to fucking college to study how to use the hourglass, how to reset time? I'm pretty sure he didn't. So he made a mistake, and instead of creating one new timeline, he created multiple timelines, therefore creating multiple universes. So he has created a situation where there is another universe where you've got a completely different Earth realm, an Earth realm where there's dinosaurs roaming. And we've seen a little bit of that actually in Mortal Kombat 11, because Kronika keeps on rewinding time. So one minute you're in prehistoric times, the next minute you're in present times. So we could see an Earth realm where it's prehistoric times, it's futuristic times. We could see an Earth realm where there's no life. You know, we could see an Earth realm where everyone is so fucking angry and aggressive. We could see an Earth realm where everyone is calm. Same goes for Earth realm, same goes for Nether realm, and the other realms that we've seen in the 3D era of Mortal Kombat games. Okay, so just imagine how cool that would be, and different versions of the fighters as well, as I mentioned earlier, like completely different versions of our beloved Mortal Kombat fighters. Okay, so the main like core of the story then was centered around the fact that, and again, I'm going to tie that prediction, right? So that's my prediction, right? I'm going to tie that prediction, right, with what we already know, what we saw at the end of the story of Mortal Kombat 11, which was Aftermath. Because all that is official, all that's factual, and every Mortal Kombat game has always picked up where the last one left off. Like there's never been a Mortal Kombat game where they just like forgot what happened in the last game. That's never happened. Okay, you can come at me all you like with that one, but that has never happened. That has never happened. Okay, the story has always continued in Mortal Kombat. Okay, even Mortal Kombat 9 continues from Armageddon because Raiden sends a message to his former self, so it does continue technically. No, so it always continues. So what do we see at the end of Mortal Kombat 11? The Fire God Liu Kang, after rewriting time, resetting time, goes to the Great Kung Lao. Why does he go all the way back to the Great Kung Lao? Because I personally believe that he feels like everything went wrong and Kung Lao lost to Goro. the Mortal Kombat tournament fell into the hands of Shang Tsung. He corrupted the tournament, and that's where Shao Kahn came up with his plan to conquer Earthrealm. That's where everything went wrong in Earthrealm, okay? So he wants to rectify that from happening, okay? He wants to rectify that from happening. Who would you like to see return from the PS2 era of Mortal Kombat games? Mine is hot. Ooh, Havoc. I remember Havoc. PS2 era of Mortal Kombat games. Let me get back to you on that one. I promise. That's a good question. Thank you for asking. I'll get back to you on that one. So, let's say that Fire God Liu Kang successfully prevents the Shaolin tournament from falling into the hands of Shang Tsung and evil, and everything is happy as Larry, and that's what he wants to be. He wants a peaceful life, he wants a peaceful Earthrealm, but that doesn't happen because we go back to a prediction that I made. Let's say that this great being, the one being, which has always been referred to in Mortal Kombat but never really seen in the games, comes along and says, hey, I am the one being. This is the one universe. I'm going to destroy every other universe and every other person on that universe where I am the only being and this is the only universe. And he gets people on his side, surprisingly. Because some people might feel like, okay, he's right, you know what I mean? They could attack us sometime. We're going to be the only realm. These are all fake realms, right? Fake realms, right? So he gets people on his side. And because it's different universes, you could have let's see kind of what timeline we're talking about. See, the thing is the timeline is important too, right? Well, you could have basically everyone siding with the Great Being, but then you have people siding with Fire God Liu Kang, who doesn't want to destroy other people's universes, doesn't want to destroy life, wants to maintain life, and wants to basically good versus evil, okay, the most basic level, right? And that's basically what the game is centered around. You're going to other universes to try to get people on your side, build up this like army, so to speak, right? Go up against the one being, and basically like an end battle happens, and you know, hopefully Fire God Liu Kang wins. That's what my prediction is, and again, it's tied in with what we already know. Okay, but at a very basic level, alright. So forget predictions, forget theories, forget discussions. Again, what we know at the end of Mortal Kombat 11, right? The aftermath story, we see Fire God Liu Kang reset time, goes back to the era of the Great Kung Lao, talks to him and trains him for a Mortal Kombat tournament. That's going to happen. However that happens, and whatever happens as a result of that, right, is going to happen. So that's great, either way, because we're going to go back to that timeline, where we can see very early versions of characters, you know, and even characters we've never seen in the games, the Great Kung Lao. We've only seen the Great Kung Lao in Mortal Kombat Conquest, which I fucking love as well, by the way. Okay, get back to your question now, I promise. I'm trying to think. What was the one kind of character that like, stuck to me in the PS2 era? Do you know what? I'm going to say Unaga. Because I feel like there's a lot there. Like, we always hear about Shao Kahn, ruler of Outworld. This is the original ruler of Outworld. Shao Kahn poisoned him and took control of Outworld. But, like, I want to go back to Onaga. I want to go back to him being the ruler of Outworld. We've seen it, of course, in Deception, and a little bit in Armageddon as well, like, you know. But there wasn't enough of him. Like, I mean, he is the original ruler of Mortal Kombat. So I think, at the top of my head, I would say Unaga. I want to see more of Unaga. He hasn't really been in much games, has he? Like, you know. So Unaga. I would say Unaga. Good question as well, by the way. And Havoc as well. Pretty cool character. He was. Oh God. Starting to run out of time now, a bit like Mortal Kombat. The story of Mortal Kombat has been pretty hectic. Some could even say confusing. Because you have to realize this is a series that has been around for 30 years. It is no easy achievement to maintain a series like Mortal Kombat for 30 years. It's not easy. Like, Jesus Christ. Let's go. So Mortal Kombat 1. A Shaolin martial arts tournament hijacked by an evil sorcerer, Shang Tsung, right? Who wants to tip the scales and balance of the realms, right? So you've got the good guys, you know, you've got like the Earthrealm champions, you've got Liu Kang representing the Shaolin monks, fighting Shang Tsung to win Mortal Kombat and to regain the Shaolin tournament. Okay? Mortal Kombat 2. Okay? You find out about Shao Kahn. You find out about Outworld. You find out why Shang Tsung was doing what he was doing. He wanted to tip the scale of balance on those realms so that Shao Kahn could enter and destroy Earth realm. Okay? Now the Mortal Kombat tournament was put there to protect that from happening. Okay? So then what happens is, in Mortal Kombat 2, guess what? Liu Kang once again defeats the bad guy, but this time he defeats Shao Kahn. Okay? So he defeats Shao Kahn. But what it is Shao Kahn is like, we're going to have the tournament in Outworld. We're going to have the tournament in Outworld, thinking that would, make things harder for Liu Kang. It did make things harder for Liu Kang, but he won. He saved the day. He saved the realm. Okay? Mortal Kombat 3, Shao Kahn having none of it. None of it. He finds a loophole to enter Outworld because his queen, Sindel, was buried in Earth realm, and there's a loophole where he can go back to Earth realm to reclaim his queen. So he's in Earth realm. He's not going to hang around. He's conquering the realms. He's taking people's souls left, right, and centre. All hell breaks loose, quite literally. But again, Liu Kang prevents that from happening. A bit of a break then takes place. Mortal Kombat 4 introduces two main new villains and even a new realm as well to threaten Earth realm. So we've only heard about Outworld threatening the realms. Now we hear about a completely different realm, which was actually referenced first in Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. Where we hear about the Netherrealm, we hear about Quan Chi, the sorcerer of the Netherrealm, and Shinnok, the falling Elder God, who turned against his fellow Elder Gods, went to plunge the world into darkness. He successfully got his hands on the amulet at the end of Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. So basically, Shinnok breaks free from the Netherrealm, the falling Elder God, to get his revenge on Raiden for killing him all those years ago. Because that happened. Of course, in Mortal Kombat, so no one stays fucking dead, do they? So, that's the main villain in Mortal Kombat 4 is Shinnok, and the big bad realm this time is the Netherrealm. Okay? Then Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, the 3D era. Okay? So something completely bizarre happens where the bad guys are like, you know what now? We're losing every single time. What can we do? So there's an unholy alliance, a deadly alliance between Quan Chi and Shinnok. Doesn't last very long, of course, but as a result, they kill Liu Kang. Liu Kang is dead. That's the opening to Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Liu Kang is dead. They're going to make Shao Kahn the anti-hero with the origin story. Possibly. Who knows? Who knows, Chad? Anything can happen. Anything can happen. That could very well happen, Chad. That could very well happen. Very well happen. So, Holy Mother of Jesus Christ. Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, Liu Kang is dead. Of course, what was happening was they were trying to resurrect the ancient undead army, right? Which basically brings about what happens in Deception, which is Unaga, the Dragon King. Okay, so the Dragon King returns in Deception, and bear in mind, all of these they take place after the last game. That's the trend. Have you noticed that? So Deception comes along, and here we have Unaga back, the former ruler of Outworld, back to reclaim his throne, and Quan Chi and Shang Tsung and Raiden actually team up to try to defeat Unaga at the start of Deception, but of course it doesn't happen. So he's the big threat this time round, and he's not messing around. He doesn't care about Outworld. He doesn't care about fucking Netherrealm. He just cares about fucking destroying everything, right? Which is what leads us to the events of Armageddon. At this stage, look, you've got Shang Tsung, you've got Shao Kahn, you've got Outworld, you've got Netherrealm, you've got Shinnok, you've got fucking everyone just trying to fuck up everything. We've got these new threats, these old threats, Armageddon. Now, at that point, So I'm talking about the story, but at that point, Ed Boon has done pretty much everything. He's told every story, which is why he's lovely Armageddon. What more can you do? What's next for the series once you do that? What's next? Like, what can you possibly do that you haven't done already? And see, this is where other companies fail. Look at Capcom. I'm not going to say Capcom are failing with Resident Evil. I'm not going to go that far, but look at where Capcom are with Resident Evil. I mean, what more can they do? What more can they add? They're really starting to run out of ideas, aren't they? And particularly when it comes to fighting games. I mean, Street Fighter, Tekken, it's obvious that they're running out of ideas. They look, they're good fighting games, but it's obvious in the story they're running out of ideas because they've been around for so long. So Ed Boon had to do something. And it was the perfect time to do it because Midway Games went bankrupt. So they had to come up with something different. So I'm ordering a takeaway, but I don't know what to get. Yeah. Sorry, no. It's my takeaway today. So Warner Brothers acquired Midway Games. Then they became NetherRealm Studios, and that was the perfect time to say, you know what? We are going to go back. We're going to go back to Mortal Kombat 1, and we're going to do it all over again. But not like a remake, okay? Not like a remake, but in the sense of a slight reimagining, but we're going to tie that in. The most important part there is we're going to tie that in with the story. When is it going to make a remake where the last game's story doesn't connect to the next game's story? Because Mortal Kombat Armageddon story does connect to Mortal Kombat 9. Okay? Because what happened basically is, the way that Ed Boon looked at it is we have to freshen up things. So what happens is, Raiden at the end of Armageddon is about to be destroyed by Shao Kahn once and for all, but he sends a message back to his former self, goes back to the first Mortal Kombat tournament, but instead of the events unfolding the way they did in the original Mortal Kombat 1 game, things just change completely. Like, Kung Lao is the one that fights Shao Kahn in the second Mortal Kombat tournament, or was it even one or something, and he fucking dies in it. He's dead straight away. At the end of the game, Liu Kang dies, right? Like, he dies at the end of the third Mortal Kombat tournament. So many different changes here and there. Like, Liu Kang, like, dies. Raiden hasn't a clue what the hell he's doing. All these visions are very blurry to him. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He fucks up everything. And then we've got Mortal Kombat 10. Okay? But at this stage, this is where things get really fucking interesting, because Mortal Kombat 10 acts as Mortal Kombat 4, right? Acts as Mortal Kombat 4, but then goes 20 years into the future. So it acts as a reimagining of Mortal Kombat 4, but the rest of the story is like a direct continuation of a modern Mortal Kombat game. So it's not the events of 4 or the events of Deception or the events of Armageddon, because it goes 20 years into the future. Okay? So you see, like, the daughter of Johnny Cage and Sonya, the daughter of Jackson Briggs, right? The Kombat kids, right? Like them, I hate them, the Kombat kids. But as a result of Ed Boon and the studio completely, like, deciding to take that option to go back and reimagining the timeline, right? Go back and change the timeline. It meant that not only was the gameplay fresh, but the story was fresh as well. It wasn't just telling the exact same story, 1, 2, and 3, which is what would happen with a remake. It was a completely different story, more or less, especially Mortal Kombat 10. And then Mortal Kombat 11, say no more. I mean, Chronica comes along and says, hey, look, Raiden, what the fuck are you doing with this hourglass? Or sorry, she has hourglass. Like, what the fuck are you doing with the timeline? Her mission is to fix things. Because Raiden fucked it up by changing the events of Mortal Kombat 1. So she wanted to go back and change things, rewrite things. But she felt that she could only do that by getting rid of Raiden. Because Raiden's one who fucks up everything. Obviously, like, Liu Kang and Raiden are going to have none of that. So you fight Chronica, you stop that from happening, you're about to rewrite time, Shang Tsung shows up, stop. Obviously, he's got his own fucking plans. So he's like, oh, if you do this. But bear in mind that what's interesting is he does warn. Keep this in mind as well. He does warn Liu Kang that something can go really wrong. Now, he did say originally, if you don't have the crown, something can happen. But one thing that you have to bear in mind. See, I'm loving this part. No, I'm loving myself. I'd fuck myself if I could. No, I'm only joking. I'm fucking joking. Sorry. I'm joking. Okay, let's get back to it. So, as I mentioned, the Mortal Kombat mythology, Sub-Zero, that was the origin story, basically, of like kind of like Sub-Zero and kind of like his missions with the Lin Kuei. But his mission was to go and retrieve the amulet for the Grand Master of the Lin Kuei in the service of Quan Chi. So what happens is, you get hold of the amulet, you get told by Raiden that it's bad, whatever else. So basically, the amulet that you hand over to Raiden is a fake, right? Quan Chi actually hands Shinnok the real amulet, which is what lets him escape the Nether Realm. Similar thing also happens in Mortal Kombat 4, where Shinnok is trying to defeat Quan Chi, but it turns out that Quan Chi had the real amulet and he actually destroys Shinnok. This has happened before, like fake amulets and whatever else. So what if, because Shang Tsung knows a lot, he's been around for a long while, right? He knows a lot of stuff, right? He helped build Kronika's crown. So what if the crown that Liu Kang has on him is not the real crown, but Shang Tsung has the crown? And then that ties into the ending then, of course. Like, some people think that Shang Tsung ending is the canon ending to Mortal Kombat 11. We won't go into that. But, just nonetheless, I'm going to keep that in mind then. Just keep that in mind. What if that's the reason why there's multiple universes, right? Because he fucked up. Something did go wrong. The hourglass did explode. So then after that happens, and Shang Tsung is like, oh, we've got to work together, blah, blah, blah. So, long story short, anyway, what I believe to be the canon ending is Liu Kang going to the Great Kong Lu, because it's just fun to say a bad ending, but there's a good ending and a bad ending. The good ending is always going to be the canon ending, more than likely. So I think... What? Am I taking on the way already? Oh my god, I have to end the live stream. So I'll wrap up though. So the story is always continued. So I don't think Mortal Kombat 1 is going to make a difference. It's going to pick up where Mortal Kombat 11 left off. But I think it's great that what Ed Boon has done is because now we have such a fresh, and because for God Liu Kang has reset time itself, it just really, really makes everything feel so damn fresh now and new. So the possibilities are endless. Anyway, those are just some of my predictions, my discussion, my thoughts on all things Mortal Kombat. Thank you so much, everyone, for interacting and sharing your thoughts and your predictions and whatnot. Really appreciate it. I'm going to end this now because my takeaway is on the way. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Have a great day. Thanks.